Alright, so we're going to get into the full review now. First, we're going to talk a little history about Kessil as a company, and then we're going to get into an unboxing of both the gooseneck and the LED light fixture, and lastly, we're going to discuss the overall performance this fixture has, or how well it performs, I should say, in a Planet Aquarium. So let's go ahead and get started. And ahead of time, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So the concept of Kessil started with 3 UC Berkeley graduates, a plant biologist, computer scientist, and a physicist. The biologist was an avid indoor gardening hobbyist, the scientist had years of experience with the company Lithium, and the physicist had over a decade of experience in the photonics industry working with the company Dicon Fiber Optics. Together, they brainstormed the possibility of reaching into the untapped market of LEDs specifically designed for growing plants. In early 2009, they presented a business proposal to Dicon and they accepted. The 3 then went on to design prototypes and conduct multiple experiments in a plant research lab provided by Dicon. All this has developed into Kessil's amazing line of LED grow lights we know today, and people are absolutely loving them. Kessil makes LEDs for coral reef and planet aquariums. The Amazon Sun and the new Tuna Sun LEDs have been a hit for hobbyists and business owners like myself. These lights work exactly as advertised, and I really honestly have never seen anything more spectacular than a Kessil fixture. Like I mentioned earlier, when I saw my first Kessil LED at the store Age of Aquariums in Signal Hill, California, I was just absolutely amazed, and I couldn't believe how well it grew plants, considering how small it was. So I honestly think any business that buys Kessil fixtures for their holding tanks or display tanks, it's honestly just the best investment you can make for your store. These lights are compact, bright, and highly versatile, not to mention easy to mount on almost any aquarium with the A-series gooseneck Kessil offers as well. Seeing as how many people just absolutely love these lights, I can't imagine the demand for them to slow down anytime soon. And in my opinion, Kessil will soon become a leader in the aquarium lighting industry. And just a reminder, the lights you're seeing in this video can be purchased on jacobsaquarium.com. So now that we've discussed Kessil's history, let's now unbox this amazing product. Kessil's packaging of this LED is awesome. The light is securely packed in a glossy box with crystal clear pictures of the light and some of its features on all sides. I know most don't look too much into the packaging of a product, but I myself find Kessil's packaging awesome. Opening the box, we first see the owner's manual, and under that, 2 small rectangular boxes that house the LED, power cable, and accessories. The power cable comes packaged nicely in bubble wrap, and the LED is secured in its box with the use of 2 plastic end caps. Just holding this LED for the first time is an amazing experience. The build quality is by far the best I've ever seen. The LED comes with a small plastic bag containing a couple hooks and other parts you can use to mount the light in a canopy or to your ceiling. Now that we've unboxed the light, let's unbox the gooseneck now. Opening the box, we first see the base of the gooseneck, followed by the bag containing the plastic stepper, brackets, thumb screws, and zip ties. Under that is the installation instructions and then the gooseneck itself. Sticking with the awesome build quality Kessil offers, the gooseneck feels very solid and constructed with great precision as well. Now that we got everything unboxed, let's put it together. But first, I can't help it, I just have to plug it in and see this amazing light in action. Wow, take a look at that. This thing is so bright, it's hard to even look at it indirectly. I can already tell this is going to be more than enough light to penetrate the depth of my tank. Okay, so back to the build. First we'll put together the gooseneck. Start by inserting the plastic stepper in the gooseneck base and use both thumb screws to secure it in place. After that, screw the gooseneck into the base. You have 2 choices, however. You can screw it into the side of the base or the top. Based on how you mount this LED to your tank, you'll have to decide which way is the best. Next, we need to secure one of the brackets to the top of the LED. Using the 2 screws that came with the light, insert both into the small holes on either side of the fixture and screw the bracket into place. Lastly, screw the top of the gooseneck into the bracket mounted to your LED and you're ready to mount this awesome light to your tank. The gooseneck is 24 inches long and the base can open to 1/4 of an inch to fit most aquariums. Alright, it's time. Now let's mount this light to my 80-gallon planted tank. So as you guys know, I've been using 2 36-inch marine land aquatic plant LEDs to light this tank. And since my tank is 48 inches long, I'm left with a dark spot that obviously won't grow plants that well. Before I install the fixture, however, I wanted to show you guys just how much this light spreads out. After removing my two Marineland fixtures, I placed the Kessil in the center of my tank, and take a look at that. It was surprising seeing how well it spread. I think, just adding maybe one more Kessil would completely light the entire tank, and adding a third would be best and pretty much only necessary for more demanding plants like dwarf baby tears or dwarf hairgrass. For a smaller tank like a 30 or 50 tall, one fixture would most likely be enough. I'd also like to add, since, most of you are probably wondering, I can't definitely say what the power ratings are for this LED. But listen, okay, this thing is super bright. At 6700K, we know it can grow plants. If you honestly want to get super technical about it, you can get a par meter and measure the light once the fixture is installed in your aquarium. But let's be honest here. If you just mount the LED properly, position it over your aquarium at a reasonable distance, say 4 or 5 inches, your plants will grow, and very well, I might add. In my opinion, there really is no need to pinpoint the par rating, but of course, it's always interesting to know, so I completely understand the curiosity. So now, let's mount the fixture to the tank. But most likely your next question is, will this mount work with my aquarium? While I can't speak for every tank design, the mount is pretty versatile and opens to 1/4 of an inch, so it should fit most rimmed aquariums like mine. However, as you can see, part of the mount will be in the aquarium water. This might be unattractive to some, but I did do my best to find other ways of mounting it with the gooseneck so this didn't happen, but I was unsuccessful. The more practical way to mount this LED in this case would be to use the supplied hooks and mount it directly in your canopy or hang it from your ceiling. After that, I used the supplied black zip ties to streamline the fixture's look by securing the power cord to the gooseneck. This is definitely a must, not only for the overall look, but for safety as well, to prevent the cord from falling in your aquarium. Next, we can turn the light on and position it over the tank. Keep in mind, I'm using this LED to light a dark spot in my aquarium. I don't really have to worry about spreading the light out, so the distance between the tank and the light really doesn't matter in this case, but the closer the better, obviously. And if I really wanted to spread it out, all I gotta do is position it a little bit higher. So after all that, it's time to appreciate my fully lit tank now. And wow. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I should also tell you guys that the minute I turned the light on, the plants under it began purling, and after a couple hours, they were purling like crazy. You'd probably think there was an air pump in the tank. I'm just kidding, of course. I'd like to once again thank Kessil for this amazing opportunity to review their LED. I've just, absolutely fallen in love with it, and I will for sure be investing in a couple more to completely replace my other fixtures.